Okay, guys, let's talk a little bit, right? Because I see some stuff and I'm just hoping that I can get you guys to start thinking for yourselves. Because when the mark of the beast coming up, remember, it's gonna be a beast that comes in the form of a man. He's going to come at a time when the world is raging war against each other, and he's going to be the one to bring peace onto the earth. He's going to heal the sick. He's going to raise the dead, and you all are going to think that he's Jesus. And by that time, we'll have the digital ID that connects everything to you, your medical record, your bank, everything. You'll be like a walking microchip at that time. And if you guys don't know how to reject the beast system, that's going to be the end for us. So hopefully this is just to get you guys thinking, because I don't know when the mark of the beast is going to come in. Maybe at that point I'm a grandma and one of the youths will have to say, Grandma, no, it's the mark of the beast, and break it down to me as to why it is the mark of the beast, right? So I have to help in whatever capacity that I can at this point, because when I get older and if God bless me with long, healthy, happy life, you guys are going to have to help me when I'm older. Right? So it's only fair that I help who I can help now, ain't it? No. If you guys can remember, the Bahamian government came here a few weeks ago with, ultimately, you guys remember the premiers or prime ministers that came from our neighboring Caribbean countries. I remember Bahamas. I remember Barbados, and Trinidad did not come, but Trinidad sent a representative and they sent us donations. But we had 5 representatives a couple weeks ago, and you guys remember that Bahamas was one of them, right? And they promised to help us out with water treatment facility, water tanks, garbage truck, roofs, and some other stuff, right? So a representative of Bahamas came here and they went into a community in Hanover and they set up a water treatment facility where they pull the water from the ocean and they basically put it through the treatment plant and, turn it into palatable drinking water. And a few Jamaicans were like, shame on Andrew Holness, because you're telling me that, it took a Bahamian government body to come to Jamaica for the people of Hanover to get, drinking water. But I want you to take into consideration that's your government that's working for you here. Please remember that. You don't have to like him, You don't have to like him. But remember that another government body cannot leave their country to come to your country and give you evil drinking water. That would be an invasion, and then that would be breaking a whole lot of international laws and stuff, right? So remember that if another you see when an average citizen can do that, a representative from a government body, from another foreign country, they can't do that. The government, they discussed it, they signed off on it and everything. So when that representative from the Bahamian government went to Hanover and set up that water treatment facility, remember that we had 5 of our neighbors that came here a couple weeks before and they toured the affected zones and they made a few pledge to us. They were shocked by the devastation. Also, let's take into consideration that Jamaica has been hit with one of the worst hurricanes in history. So as such, it has put us in the position to be pilot project for a lot of different projects and a lot of different researches. So you're going to see people from Harvard in here. Think of all the top universities across the world. You're going to see people from those universities coming to Jamaica. They're going to come here to do a lot of research. Many of them will be working with UE and different colleges here, different ministries here. We are at a pilot project position for a lot of research and stuff. Please note that at no point during this video I said vaccination. I never said vaccination at any point in this video, so please don't twist my words. I said pilot project for a lot of research. Research. We've been hit with one of the worst hurricanes that this planet has ever seen, and so we're in a position for a pilot project. So a lot of research will be conducted here, like how we build our buildings, how old are the buildings, what the new buildings like, the process we took to recovery, the people's behavior, how it affected the behavior of the people. And they're going to use a lot of videos on social media. So the crash out video, the good videos, the in-between videos, they're going to use it all. In their research, they're going to talk to people in the affected zones and all of that. And there are going to be people coming in and out to give different things like houses. You may see people coming in to give books, furnitures and stuff, right? So just look out for it. You're going to see a lot of people coming in the country. A lot of people are going to be in the affected zones, and you're going to see people from different universities. You're going to see a lot of university students coming in because you're going to do research. These universities are relying on us so that, all the subtropics countries are batshit scared for the next hurricane season. You guys may not know this. Florida is batshit scared that they might be next for a Category 5. They are literally scared. And these government bodies are going to come in because they want to see, for the areas in their countries that are below sea level. We had retaining walls, and that hurricane made those retaining walls look like they never existed. If the rubbles from the retaining walls weren't left behind, you could not tell anybody that this government had retaining walls in some areas. So they know based on what has happened to us, that if their state is ever threatened with a Category 5, they know to pull everyone out of the ass. I don't know how they're going to do it. And if you think the government could have done something different, the only thing the government could have done differently is to evacuate the 7 parishes. That's the only thing they could have done differently. Evacuate the 7 parishes, because they did tell the people to go to shelter. Or they could have held those people at gunpoint and demand that they go into a shelter. Or give all of them who choose to stay home a Sharpie marker to write their loved ones to come claim their bodies. So it's just the truth. But you're going to see a lot of people coming here, a lot of people doing projects in your communities. If you're in the affected zone, they're going to test the quality of the soil. They want to see how the salt from the ocean is affecting the soil and all of that. They have geologists already doing that. So if it rains and you set your drum, if it rains and you set your drum and you see the water has some white bubbles or some white foam on the top, that's seawater. It's going to take several rain cycles for the land to come back to. It's going to take several rain cycles. Do you guys remember when we used to go primary school and they teach us about evaporation and condensation, and we used to draw the little clouds and the water coming down and then the sun over this side pulling up the water? That cycle has to happen quite a few times for the land to be purified. We're going to need several heavy rain cycles for you not to see bubbles in your drums. So if you see bubbles in your drum or foam or white frosty kind of look, that's just salt from the land that's evaporated and condensed back up and fall back down, and it's going to take several cycles to rinse the land and get it clean. So hope this helps.